Hey, what's up? You are now tuned in to the Lite Podcast. I'm your host, Joseph, and I'm here with my brothers Mike Story, Ramsey Jonty, and Reggie Harris. Here on the Lite Podcast, our focus is to inspire you to be the best version of yourself through impactful conversations about faith, family, hustle, and health. Why? Because light bring more light. Hey, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Joseph, and I'm back with the gang. Mike Story, Ramsey
What's up, everybody?
Jonty.
What's good?
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Episode
7 of the
Hey, that's
Lite
my
Podcast.
number, bro. It's my number. Like number 7. Nah, I wanted to be. You know, you can't
I'm
get
about to say, I ain't never seen you wear 7.
You can't wear that in college. You know, you can't. But
Oh, true,
if I'd have made it
true.
to the league, I'd have been number 7.
Yeah.
I would have wore that with Rashard Lewis.
Yeah. Real talk. If it was a fifth. No, I just
2K.
Yeah.
It's possible.
No, real talk. Okay, so y'all know we got a new segment. It's our Mike and Technology segment. So y'all know last week Mike got the mic, but if you heard it, you heard that it didn't sound like he was using a mic
Sound like I had
because it
5
wasn't.
mics.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on the right
Bye,
setting.
guys, Bert.
And so y'all know that the upgrade for this week was headphones. Mike, I'll let you take over and tell everybody what happened with the headphones.
And so, try to make the long story short here. If anybody that doesn't know me knows that I'm really not with anything that's IT related. You know, I still got an old cell phone. I ain't upgrading. I use it to call and text. That's it. Social media I struggle with. Bro, you know what I realized the other day, bro?
What?
I was like, because, you know, for people that don't know, it's been kind of a struggle trying to post stuff and everything. Guys are working on me, posting like the podcast. I ain't even posted a picture of my baby yet.
Hey, yo, there's
Just
people
don't
who
post pictures like.
Hey,
yeah.
there's
Bruh,
people
you
from college
really-
who don't. Hey, there's people from college who just go and see like, oh man, he's doing a podcasting thing, and they just go pop
even
up. It's
know I
like
got a
he got a
family.
1-year-old.
He got almost 2. Ain't about to be 2.
Man. But nah, so I thought I had to have. I thought I bought this little adapter, you know. Got this mug at Dollar Tree, bro. I was in there.
Hold on. Whoa.
Nah,
That
you
makes-
got Dollar Tree.
Okay, let's go
That was
back.
a
Let's go back.
Yeah.
So I told Mike, I said, Mike, bro, just get the little $10 skull candy headphones from Walmart. You be straight. But y'all know black folks don't follow directions. Okay,
creative
continue.
for that.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so I don't even know where that little adapter's at anymore right now. Probably threw it away. But
It's a nice
They
adapter
don't
though.
work.
It's like a lightning to. Oh,
yeah, it's nice.
not the
bro. That's how
official-
he-
it's not
that's
an
how
official
Buddy
Apple
got me.
one.
He talked me
Oh.
into it. He said, "You got headphones already?" I was like, "Yeah, but I got the little square ones. You know, I don't know the words. Y'all forgive me."
Yeah, I don't know what it's called either.
the lightning adapter.
Yeah, see, Ram. Yeah, thank you, Rams. It's always good to have friends.
Ren's
man.
got, because he on college campus, so he got to know what it is.
Yeah, I graduated from college a while ago. After a certain amount of years, that's not gonna matter no more for real. You forget everything. But nah, so it didn't work. Long story short, it didn't work. Maybe episode 8, man. Gotta do it right for Bean. Kobe.
Prayerful. Yeah.
For real.
Because he watching. Look how he looking. He disappointed.
Man, I got you, Bean.
Disappointed. You know what I'm saying? But how we all doing? How we doing?
Tech.
Man,
Doing good,
solid,
man.
bro. Solid. Doing solid.
Yeah.
So, big things
Yeah.
coming. I got let's see. I saw that Black Widow. Anybody seen that?
No,
Black
no
Widow
spoilers.
movie?
I haven't seen
Man, I had
it.
the
Okay.
Disney Plus thing, man. I went to go in there and try to watch it. They try to
You
say
gotta have the premium.
$25.99.
Yeah, you gotta have
something.
premium access. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
I just went and saw that at the theater for the,
Ah,
for the little the cool 14.
Was it good? Like, just
Yeah,
tell us
man,
if
I
it was
thought-
good.
You know, Black Widow. You should have some more Black Widows in the movie. Black women. You know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Was that
It's
the
in
Viola
Russia.
Davis movie? With her, the widows.
He took us
Wanna see
here. You need-
Octavia
it's the
Spencer in
Black
there.
women.
They would have blew some stuff up.
Black Widows. Hey man, put a Simone Biles in there and do some like flip ups, bro.
No, I promise she
flips.
but she too small to be in anybody movie, bro. She
She Ant-Man.
like 4'9".
Ant-Woman.
Wasp.
She 4'9", bro. I
But
just
if
found
you
out
ever
that-
saw her do her move, she flips, she accelerates in the air.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
I saw that,
she-
bro. I was I was
Bruh,
stunned.
listen,
I was
me and my
speechless.
wife was watching it, and I'm like, this is like God level athleticism.
Bro, the amount of
Crazy,
work and
bro.
time that took to perfect that's hard to do on a trampoline.
Bro, we went to listen, me and Kaz went to the trampoline. We was, well, my whole family, we was at the trampoline park, bro. And I'm just jumping up and down. My back finna give out. I'm like, bro, this is what they do. And one backflip,
Without the
I'm
springs.
struggling to land. I'm like, ah.
Oh yeah, that's not for me.
Bro,
I've never done a flip.
Bro,
I
I
can't even
promise you.
cartwheel.
Bro, Cash conquered that fear though. He been trying to backflip for like 2 years, but he finally hit it. So he landed his backflip. But yeah, watching Simone, that's Simone Biles.
Yeah, Simone Biles.
Watching her, bro. Like, it was like, man, this is just a different level of everything, bro.
Literally,
God body, man.
Yeah, bro. Incredible.
For real.
Speak while we on the
saw
sports
Black
topic.
Widow. That's what I did. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, while we on the sports topic, did y'all get to check out the ESPYs?
Nah, I
A little bit, but then Tom Brady got best athlete instead of Simone Biles, and I was like, nah. But Maya
Brady,
Moore, I saw her thing.
What she do?
Oh, she had a great speech
got
about,
some dude free, remember?
Yeah, get that guy out of jail. She quit
She
NBA,
was just
remember?
Mercy.
WNBA.
Did she marry him?
Mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We ain't gonna talk about that one.
Okay, my bad. That is funny though. That's like, what's the movie with Queen Latifah? Bring it down the house.
Bring it down.
Bro, that's too funny.
Hey, buddy,
Buddy
got a mouthpiece to finesse that one.
From behind the
You
wall.
in a joint. She an MVP
behind.
champion with the UConn. Smart.
But she knew him since she was a teen. It was a family friend, and they always her grandpa was in prison ministry, and then.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Been knowing.
Okay,
been knowing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's real love.
See, I thought it was on some pen pal stuff, like homie just go through. Like that's what I thought it was. Okay,
he got a burner in there. He got a burner. Got an IG message there.
I thought he was like rapping in the cell. And then comment under and they start, I don't know.
He said, "Ooh, he cute."
Yeah,
they're gonna make a TV series about this one, man. Like that one.
No, this is a Tyler Perry movie in the making.
This is a real Tyler Perry.
Turn it too real. It go far. Go somewhere else sometime.
Bro, I got such a love-hate relationship with Tyler Perry's anything, bro. Like,
I was done after I got married too. I'm like, yo, man, y'all taking me everywhere. And then I watched For Colored Girls. They had me like, man, I couldn't go to sleep for a week, man. So you got the kids out that window.
Bro,
very scary.
I'm like, come on, Tyler, man.
Yeah, no, he go there. He
make money off the trauma.
He sells trauma.
No date nights with Tyler. You ain't getting lucky afterwards.
Maybe the plays. Maybe a play.
Maybe a play.
Maybe a Madea. Wait, even the Madea movies got the trauma put into them.
The movies, but not the play. The plays would be a little something, but the plays was like, it wasn't too bad.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the you know what I'm saying? The
all of these people we talking about, man.
ESPYs.
Huh?
Would you go ahead, Mike?
I'm saying everybody we talking about, man.
Before we get canceled.
Now I'm just saying everybody we talking about, man, it's like a certain level of success that they have reached, from Biles to Tyler Perry. We talking about Greek Freak, Zeus, aka Zeus.
AKA Zeus. It's the Greek god now.
Yeah.
It's out of the cool
Kobe, Chris Paul earlier. It's like a certain level of success, man. That's to get to that level. That's why we talking about it,
man.
Yeah.
That's the strategy.
Put the work in. Wonder what it costs.
No, real talk. So that brings up, you know what I'm saying, just what we was on. Me and Ramsey was having a phone conversation earlier today, just kind of prepping. Mike, he skipped out on it because he don't really care about this podcast like that. But you know what I'm saying? And so me and Ramsey decided we were just gonna still have our little meeting. And so we just chopping it up. And I was just sharing about this process, you know, as I've been thinking about going back to school and just coming to the understanding of like how important having a degree is at face value. And realizing it's like, oh, this is like the eye test, and coming to like see the real value in it outside of like, you know what I'm saying?
Explain what you meant by the eye test though.
No, so it's like, you know, we relate everything back to ball. It's like, yo, homie 6'5", so I'm gonna give him the tryout. Like, I don't even know if he can ball, but he passed the eye test though. And to me, I feel like that's what the degree is. It's like on paper, it's like, oh yeah, you passed the eye test, you got the bachelor's, you got the, you know what I'm saying, you got the master's, whatever, you passed the eye test. Now, whether or not you can do this job and be effective is a whole nother ball game.
Right.
That's a whole nother thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know it's mad 6'5" dudes who can't dribble and chew gum at the same time. But they got the tryout. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
so accurate description.
I was about to drop some names too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
Hey, former episode, we letting them fly.
No, we're gonna do one. That's gonna be the 25th. On the 25th, I'm talking about we defaming character.
We did 25 and then we got canceled.
No, that's it. That's a cool little run. You know, but and then you said something, Rams. You said something, and I'm gonna let you take it from here.
Oh yeah, well I was so I've been reading just different books over the summer, and so this book people always talk about, but I never really like got around like taking it in and digesting it. It's the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and everybody talks about it. And I was like, it just sounds like one of these books that's a list of things. So I was like, whatever. But finally, I'll get it, you know. And then they start talking about one of the opening or early chapters. He talks about like farming analogies. You know, he says you can't cram farming. So I work with students, work in college students. We were college students. We all know about cramming. You know, you get that night before. It's like, hey, it's due at 12 o'clock, 11:45. You're away typing. We cram stuff. You know,
patronizing like I'm just joking.
Hey, you hitting up somebody? It's like, hey, let me put my name on. But you can't do that with farming. Like, so there's universal laws like seed time and harvest. You know, like it's gonna be what it is. And so it was like mind blowing that he was like, you can't cram farming. You can't like June, July. It's like, oh snap, August is coming up. Let me throw some dirt in the ground. Let me throw some seeds in the ground and pour some water over it and see if we can get it when August rolls around. It's like, nah, it's not gonna. You can't speed it up. You can't shortcut the process. Costs is gonna take the time that it takes. So it costs what it costs.
Yeah.
And so JJ was just talking about that because you've done so many things sacrificially and given, and going through that and walking through right now. You talked a little bit about just like the cost is what it costs. You said those words. It costs what it costs. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's and it's funny because I had that realization some months ago. You know, my little motivational, little inspirational videos I post on my gram. I just had that like, yo, bro, this thing the dream costs what it costs. Like the dream is not on BOGO. You know what I'm saying? You can't buy one, get one, whatever. Like it costs what it costs. Like, bro, this thing
no Black Friday sale.
Ain't no, bro. You will never get the dream on sale, bro. Like it's gonna cost the time. It's gonna cost effort. It's gonna cost failure. It's gonna cost disappointment. Like it's just gonna cost what it costs. And so I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just let the cat out the bag. You know, I'm finishing up the second edit of the book, and after I finish, thank you. And after I finished the first one, I sent it over to Martz. And if y'all know, you know, my boy Martz, he's been my manager forever now, almost 10 years, and he's reading it, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, this ain't it." He just told me straight up. He's like, this is not it. He was like, you gotta go there. You really gotta go. Like, you're not being honest. Like, you're not going deep to that place. I need you to go there. And then he was like, but I will say this. If I was just reading this as somebody who this is just their first book, I'm like, bro, this is a good first book. Like, this is a good, like, you know what I'm saying? This is amazing for your first book. But you're a writer. You've been writing albums for the past 10 years. So I expect you to create in the same way. So, bro, I went back and I just got honest, bro. Like in the preface, bro, I kind of just like really poured it all out. And that's what really had me just digesting on like that perseverance thing. You know, we was talking about it some more, but bro, this Joker just costs what it costs, man. You know, so
it's costing you like to reflect even harder and go deeper to a place. Like, how's that been? Has it been like painful, or has it been like, what's it been like?
Absolutely, bro. It's painful because like, and I even said it in the preface, like, bro, writing the book, it made me, and I don't want to go too deep on the book, but it
gotta
made
buy that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to buy that. But it forced me to relive some things it forced me to relearn some things. You know what I'm saying? So it was painful, but at the same time, it was like, man, I needed it, especially in this season. Like Rams with me when we were talking today, you was like, yeah, bro, we've been creating all these new things and like adding to the enterprise. And it's just like, and I feel like we're all in that season. All three of us are in that season in our respective ways. And it's like, bruh, this Joker just costs what it costs. And you still got to figure out like how to make this work and maintain character, maintain integrity, maintain principles, bruh, it just costs.
Bro, you can't fast forward integrity. You can't.
No, you can't.
Oh, that's it. No, that's it.
Can't.
Because you can't cram that either. It's like, dang, I've been living this way all my life. All right, let me flip a switch real quick. Cram this in and like just having it integrity. It's like, oh, bro, that's
yeah. I tell all my students all the time, all the new students we get every week, and because you come into this program and you have an opportunity to change your life, but it's going to cost you. And I tell every young person, I'm like, life, you're going to have to pay a price. If you don't want to pay it when you're young, have all the fun in the world right now. Because once that fun's over with, it's going to cost your ass. You know what I mean?
For real.
You're going to pay that price. And that's what it's all. When you in life, you got to play by life's rules. There ain't no
true
cutting no corners. My homie Zach Troutman, man, shout out to him.
Shout out to Zach, man.
That's the guy, man.
What's his? I want to plug his program that he's doing. Follow the leader. Like y'all make sure y'all go tune in to what he's doing. Like it is absolutely amazing. They just dropped something called Fatherhood is the best hood. Well, we're gonna put a link in our in the description for y'all to go check out Zach in the Follow the Leader movement. So
he's been doing it for a long time, and now it's just I think for everybody to see it. And like you said, the cost, But he used to say something all the time: do it right, do it light, do it wrong, do it long.
Ooh.
And I think it just stuck me throughout school because I was always trying to cut corners sometimes. You know what I mean? And eventually I always had to do it the long way, especially when it came to like getting some repair or getting some headphones. Episode 7. But, it's a lesson in life, it's a lesson in life. But
and it's like different
costs.
No, that's so true. I was just saying like it's different for because you can't shortcut any of it, right? So for me, like I did the whole like degree thing first and stuff like that. But then I was like, all right, I got it. It's like, oh, you need the experience too. It's like, dang, I just spent 40 years doing that. And then I was like, all right, I got it. And now I thought that this would like shoot me. It's like, no, that just got my, like you said, eye test. Now that just got me the opportunities to start doing things. And so recently now I'm at the level where people have called me for opportunities. I was like, whoa, you calling me? It's like, I just think, it's different. But like you said, like it took a lot of, I thought right out of the degree because I'm 30 whatever years old. But
I'm saying that, bro.
You better say that number. That glow.
35.
Hello.
Let's
go. We got 35.
Right, look great, bro.
Looking great.
But I was just thinking of that. I was like, oh, okay, this is good. I should be. But I almost resented the grind a little bit because I was like, why am I still grinding?
You thought it was like once you got the thing, it's like, oh, we good.
I was like, doesn't that show? Because that's its own kind of grind, right? That's that the grind of mentally, writing, reading, explaining, deciphering, breaking down stuff. But then there was the other grind of being out in the field. So I was talking to you, kind of doing the opposite of like, oh, I went just straight into it and started doing everything and doing the entrepreneurial stuff. But now you're like looking at that stuff was the eye test. It's kind of a just like it's the reverse. You still are doing this stuff, and like I was still doing this stuff when I was in school. It's just that you're meeting a different goal, a different challenge, in a different order. And no matter what, you'll have to, whether it's I don't know, just different ways in different stages. You're going to have to go through the different stages.
So I got a question. As both of y'all are, y'all both have y'all's master's degrees, highly educated. Did people explain to y'all the value of education, or did you learn it along the way? Because let me give it some context. So with me, nobody, like, there was never a value placed on education because nobody's ever been educated around me. My mom is a hairstylist, and they do the hair school thing. My dad is, he did high school and that was it. You know, his circumstances in the streets, and like nobody around had high education, and so no value was ever placed on it. But the value was always placed on, you know, the sport. And so I'm watching today. We watching Friday Night Lights, and you know that one scene with Booby, where he like get in the car and he like, what I'm gonna do now? It's like, what we supposed to do now? It's like, what I'm gonna do without the, like, what I'm gonna do?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's neat. And like, bro, that part get me emotional so much because I know that feeling. It's like, yeah, what now? This is all I know to do. And so now that I'm looking at it, I'm reevaluating this education thing and going, you know, I'm going to go back and, you know what I'm saying, get my degree. And did people like emphasize that in y'all's life, the importance of that?
Yeah, I did. My both sides, my family, you know, my dad's side is crazy. None of my aunties and uncles or my father like went to college and graduated. I could be wrong. So my family here, correct me. I apologize. But all the kids did, you know, and my brother and I are one of the youngest on both sides of the family. And on my mom's side, all my aunties, it was all girls. They all graduated, went to college and graduated. I could be wrong, but you know, but it was always pressed because my grandma was an educator, you know. They went to HBCUs, my grandmother and grandfather. So it was stress. So when I was in school, my dad used to tell me all the time, you about to graduate, you about to get your master's next. I didn't know what a master's was like that. You know, we didn't.
But it was pressed into like.
Yeah, it was pressed. That seat was deposited early. So when I graduated and I didn't know what I want to do, I knew ball was done. You know what I mean? I knew that was done when I got to Evangel.
I still had a little, you know what I'm saying?
Little hope.
I still had a little something.
Nah, I did too. But after I broke that foot, I said, this is the rat.
Yeah.
Didn't have that Giannis juice.
But so when I graduated, it was like, what do I do? And it was like, it was easy to go back to school. That's why I knew more than that in basketball. I knew more than anything else. You know, it was like 18 plus years or something like that. You know, so it was easy, but it was deposited very early.
That's what's up.
So it was an easy decision to make.
Was it like did you value it too? Like, you know, did you
value it, man, until later, to like probably recently, you know, a lot of stuff I did in my life, I was just doing it out of emotions. Like, you know, you got to do this, you got to do that. You're not really stopping and taking the time reflecting. Like, man, I did that, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
You just get a little later. Yeah. It really wasn't until talking about Evangel, Burt. Shout out to the new head coach over there, Burt.
Shout out to Coach.
Amazing guy.
Shout out to Burt.
Jackson on assistant, you know.
Who's
Jackson's a head assistant, I want to say.
Really?
All-time leading scorer, yeah.
Amazing.
They better listen to this, man. I'm giving love.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna send it to Burt. I'm gonna send it to him.
Burt, yeah. But I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying like recently you started to value it more.
He'd been doing like a alumni spotlight, and he was talking about certain things I've accomplished or whatnot. I was like, man, my wife was like, man, I didn't know you did that. You know, I was like, man, I didn't know I did either. I think it was so important though. When you have somebody like you said, Jay, that are depositing things in you, you know, and I think it's almost like you know how we always tell young people with sex, I think young people, older people too, you know, put a cap on that hat down there.
Yep.
But I say the same thing with up top with the brain up top too. You know, you need to put a cap on your head because anybody can deposit seeds in your life. Like you said, to a farmer technique, Rams, seeds grow. And if you're watering that, it's going to grow quickly.
Yeah. So
you got to be careful what people are putting in your head. Sometimes people would put something in your mind like, you can't do that. Go to school, get your master's. You kidding me? Well, you barely graduated high school.
No, that's real talk.
But, you know,
that's real talk.
But when you have somebody here telling you, yeah, you know, you're getting better. You can do this. You got this. You know, anything you put your mind to, you could do. And those seeds are important.
Man.
Wow. So
it wasn't just from that's awesome. Because as you mentioned that, I think of not only my parents who were like, listen, you're going to school. And then, you know, I saw a different world, like the TV show. So I was like, dang, college is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
I hated that show. I hated that show.
You like Dwayne Wayne?
Whitley.
I hated both of them shows. That one, and I just didn't like anything Bill Cosby, bro. I'm watching Martin and Wayne.
You knew. You knew.
That's what I was on. That's my problem. That was probably my problem.
Yeah, I like
That was
You had a
probably my
premonition.
problem. I was watching Martin instead of.
But Martin was always rocking
Could have went to
HBCU
Hillman.
stuff.
He ain't go to college. Martin ain't go to college.
Hey,
He went to,
Gina did.
Hey, it makes sense, bro. Martin was a radio personality, right? Martin Payne.
Yeah.
Look at you
Yeah.
now, bro.
Yeah.
You know what
Got
I'm
it.
saying? Yeah.
But I would say that I saw the stuff on TV and stuff, but I also, when you were saying about seeds, like I just had like a little flashback to like, I was thinking of all the little old church ladies in my church who would be like, because honestly, church, like those little church ladies, like poured so much into me and encouraged me. Like as a young Black male, like there were the people telling me I could be anything in life. Of course, you hear it from your parents, but like, and they want to hear like, "Are you doing good at school? Are you doing that? Are you going to college? Oh, you going to do great?" And that, you know. And then when I thought about getting, they were just encouraging. And that was just a weekly thing going to Sunday school, you know, reciting little Bible verses and stuff. But they would just always encourage you in whatever you were doing, you know, and then affirming you. So that was just awesome to have that. Because those were seeds of like, I really felt like I could do anything, you know, just because I was opening the Bible and I could get to the scripture. They was encouraged, and they were saying it to everybody. They wasn't out here. Look at you.
Feeling good.
Yeah. They
with them LA gear.
Oh, you look man. Shout out to the church ladies, man. They made me feel like
the mother's
smartest
board.
Mother's board,
bro.
They made me feel like the smartest, most handsome person around. And then I got to college.
Man.
Yeah.
You felt like you could do anything. You felt like you could do anything.
And I think that's a key factor when we talk about what this thing costs, right? So it costs getting around the right people, because just being honest, like as we've been doing this pod, bro, and I'm looking around me, it's man, culture matters so much, bro. Culture just matters so much, and I'm like, bro, I'm the least educated person in my. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my friend group, and not that y'all have ever like treated me any different or none of that, but it's like that competitiveness and that, like, as I've been looking back, I'm like, bro, I want to be in the, you know what I'm saying? The, what you call them, the tassel group too. I want to have some tassels.
Part of NWM.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what that means, but I want to be part of that
NWA.
too. Yeah, no, all that NWA, yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? I want to.
You thought it was certification.
I don't know what it is. I thought it was a gang. I'm in. Jump me in. No, I'm just playing. But you know, just be. Yeah, I missed it. So yeah. Look, this is why I gotta get educated. This is why I gotta get educated. This is why I gotta get educated.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do the thing you do. Time out. NWA.
Niggas with
attitudes,
masters, bro. Niggas with masters.
Oh, okay.
That's what we've been doing.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm in. Well, I'm coming for it.
You got the honorary degree right now. You about to get the real thing.
Give me 3 years. Give me three. Yeah. If that, it might not be that much. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But
back to your point.
Yeah, you know, it's just like being around y'all is like, it's like, you know, talking to y'all, being like, man, my boy Mike got his master's. Ramsey about to go get another master's, then the doctorate. I'm like, and then my son telling me like, Dad, why you ain't? And now I'm like, bro,
that's the worst when it comes from a youngin'.
It cut me, Mike. That's what did it. That's what did it. And like, it's funny because and we talked about mentors last week and the importance, but I just didn't have nobody telling me like, Jay, I feel you, what you trying to do. You want to go into you want to build your own stuff. That's good. I love it. But bro, just trust me, get this first. You can do it at the same time. Like, we'll help you here. Like, I didn't have nobody to guide me in that. And so, you know, I'm a strong personality. What I get my mindset on, that's just that. Mm-hmm. But I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, that's the importance of like having the mentors who can tell you, like, bro, I feel you, but like, try it like this. But nobody around me, you know, adult wise, mentor wise, had that level of education. And wasn't nobody like, no disrespect to the coaching staff, but a nail person from the coaching staff come and like, Jay, like, I think you should, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody.
And it's crazy because sometimes like what you're shooting for, people around you may not they didn't try to go for that, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like hard to give you something that they haven't done, you know? I think it's so important, like you said, bro, to have somebody in your life that could kind of like provide that guidance and that wisdom. Because sometimes, have you ever been like, you know, somebody, it's a cost with anything that you want, but you're now in something like, I don't want this and I'm paying the cost for it. Like, why am I doing this? You know, like, i.e. being in a relationship, trying to go through it. Like, man, we're going to make this work. Like, nah, this ain't going to work.
This ain't going to work.
Why am I paying this cost?
I don't want to pay the cost for this. I don't even want this.
But when you find what you really want, you don't really mind paying that cost.
And that's the difference.
That journey becomes a little more smoother. So if you're in something, it's going to have its lumps and bumps. You're going to have some knots on that head.
Right.
But ain't nothing worse than being in something that you ain't supposed to be in.
And that's the difference. That's how I feel about it.
You're not experiencing the reward. You're experiencing the pain.
Right. Yeah. And that's how I feel about it, bro. I'm like, I can't wait because I'm like, oh, I promise you I'm finna go kill it. Like, different mindset, like different focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pinpointed. It has a purpose. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes I feel like we can go get a degree or whatever, go get whatever, dream, degree, achievement, whatever, just to put it on the wall. Right. But it's like, nah, this means something else. This is like showing my son, like my wife is educated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, but he needs to see. Yeah, shout out to my wife, Beth. But
Mrs. Williams.
Yeah, Mrs. Williams. You know what I'm saying? I love how that sounds. But just showing Cash that, like, hey, men can, like, here's your dad got a doctorate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
your dad got a doctorate. Yeah. That's amazing.
Like, and he ain't sweet. You way sweeter than me in school. Like, I ain't that tight. Like, I promise you, I struggle in school. But it's like, bro, I want to put you know what I'm saying? I want to do that, and it's laser focus. So yeah, going back in, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah. And it's important, like what you said, because like, bro, I don't even have my degree, so I'm on my wall. They're in the closet.
That's powerful. Whoa, that's powerful though.
They're in the I think the key is that I went and studied something that I really wanted to do. You know what I mean? And so when I think there's a lot of, like, you know, over social media or whatever, a lot of push of like, man, don't do that. You don't need to go to, like, I got this and I don't even use it. I don't even do it. It's like, was it related to what you really wanted to do? Or were you even in that mindset at the time when you went to school, or did you just do it just cause? Like, it's different so I even tell some people to take a break and find out what they really want to do.
Yeah.
You know, rather than just go in and go with the flow. Like, and then, because then you're paying the cost, like you said, Mike, and you know why you're paying the cost, and so you're motivated to do
that. That cost is shaping you, it's chiseling you to the person you need to become.
Right.
The person that you seek is the person you're going to become.
Right.
And Brams, what you said, something very, like, that's so true. I got my undergrad in recreation, you know, athlete, right? Man, I did not want to be no park ranger. You know, you can't see me outside.
You be kayaking though.
I did
kayaking now. Yeah.
Hey, I do want to see Mike though as a 6'8" park ranger, just rolling up on you like, hey man, put that fire out.
Man, it was crazy. I walked out my place one time, bro.
Mike, the most outdoors person.
Man, I seen some deer, bro. I didn't know what they were at first.
Is that a dog? Mike thought it was a German Shepherd.
It's a kangaroo. I didn't know what I was looking at. I was like, oh, and I jetted to that car so fast. But it goes to show, like, that wasn't for me. So school, I didn't enjoy it. But when I got into my master's and it was psychology and it was counseling, it was like, this is something I can apply to my life, and I can even use it in every area of my life. And it started shaping me and molding me. He's like, oh, maybe I need to reflect a little bit more. Maybe I need to dig deeper. Maybe I need to know myself. And it started opening up blind spots in my own life, you know?
Right.
So it's so important to find, like, that route you want to take, and don't run from the cost, but pay it. You know what I mean? Because eventually
that's key.
You're gonna get chiseled. Chiseling don't feel good, but man, it's a beautiful process. That journey is beautiful. And I'm still being chiseled in every area of my life right now. You know, it's like you said, that cost does not stop. It's a cost of in your marriage, cost of being a parent, cost of you trying to, like, budget your finances, cost of your job, whatever you want, you're going to have to pay that cost. And it just, I paid it over here, you know, in business, I'm cool. I ain't got to pay it as in my marriage. And I don't work that way.
No,
it don't work that
Times way. You get off work or whatnot or whatever, you tired, you like, and they go home and give everything I got right now to my son, recharge real quick. But if I want a good relationship and I want that openness with my wife or my child, I got to pay that cost. She has to pay that cost.
And that's what you're saying is basically the cost builds the character. Because, like, when you think about whether it's the ball, whether the time you put it in the gym, whether it's the time you put it in the classroom, whether it's the time you put it in the field, like, it's the character built that makes you the person. So if you skated by, you crammed and you did everything last minute in the school, and you tried to cram, at practice, and you tried to do that. It was like the cost, you didn't pay the cost then. And so you didn't build the character then. Yeah. So it's like, man, exactly.
Hey, it was so crazy. Once you pay that cost and you figure it out and you got the system down, like, oh, I understand this now. You coast. Exactly. As long as you just don't mess things up, don't get in your own way. You coast. It's like, okay, here comes training camp. I know what to do,
Right.
I know how this goes. Okay, road trip over here. I know how this goes. I know what flight, I know what hotel we staying at. You coasting.
Exactly.
You gonna pay it.
Hello and welcome to the Multi-Minute on the Lite Podcast. I am Reggie Harris, founder and CEO of Harris Multifaceted LLC. I want to give you guys some tips in finding balance as you guys are on your journey of success. Success is defined differently for every single person. Just like everybody has a different niche, success is the same way. So success has different niches for different people, and you may have different types of success at different points in your life. So always remember that it's okay for success to change and all of that good jazz. So here's number one: wake up early, be productive, but get a lot of sleep. Number two, watch less TV. Number three, move more, work out. Number four, create yourself some routines in which you have to stick to and be accountable to. Number five, create goals. That's another part of the accountability part. Make sure that you have goals that you're sticking to, that you're crossing out, and that you're achieving. Number six, create a reward system. Reward yourself with vacations. Save up money. Be disciplined enough in all those different things in order that you can give yourself a reward. Number seven, create boundaries and say no. It is okay to have boundaries in your life. It is okay to set certain things aside, set certain time aside, and be committed to those things to help yourself grow. Number eight, create agendas. Make planners, make lists, create planners. Make sure you have all of that. Write that stuff down. Keep up with it. Constantly check in. Constantly cross out things. Number nine, get ticks out of your life. People that are ticks on society, get them out of your life. All right. It's sometimes you got to let people go. If you got the outlook of a giraffe, you can't be down there with the turtles. Okay. And number 10, balance your finances, your mental health, and your physical health. You got to find balance in those three. Don't overspend, don't underspend, because you can't take it with you. And mental health is so important. Make sure you're talking and growing emotionally, growing however you need to grow in your mental health, overcoming trauma, etc. And take care of your body. Put the right things in your body. Make sure that you are doing what it takes to be a full, complete person. Peace.
So I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and I was specifically watching the episode with Kevin Hart, and I've kind of been doing this deep dive on just like Kevin Hart and the things that go in, you know what I'm saying? Like behind him and his thought process and all of that. And so one of the things he really like harped on was like the process of learning, right? He really harped on like how he found himself in a room with Jeff Bezos, and he was like, he was about to go talk to him, and his homie was like, yo, bro, like, don't be that guy. He was like, what you talking about, bro? I'm about to go talk to Jeff Bezos. I got some questions I want to ask. And he was like, bro, don't be that guy. Like, this ain't the environment for that. And Kevin was like, yo, bro, like, what is wrong with you? It was like, if you can't sacrifice your little pride and looking cool, you will never get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And so like we talked about just that aspect of, this thing costs what it costs, whatever you're trying to do. But it's that sacrifice too of that in like whatever we may consider as that embarrassment or whatever, especially when we talk about like different things like late in life, like for me on the education thing, because I'm getting to a point for my people who feel like maybe they too late. Like, bro, I'm gonna be, I'll be 30, when I
degrees don't have dates on them.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't have no dates on them.
But and
they don't have expiration dates.
Neither. Like, and so for the person who, maybe you feel like you starting late in life, bro, it's never too late. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to say that because this thing costs you sacrificing your pride and your ego, whatever it is. It just costs that. It costs you having to like let that go. And so, Ramsey, you mentioned something earlier when you were talking about you tell your students, hey, take a step back. Like, take a step back if you don't know what you want to do. But I remember, and this is just a fear, and I'm going to just put this out there. I remember them telling us, well, if you stop going, the statistics say that if you stop going and you don't go back in this amount of years, you'll never go back and you'll never do this and this. And I remember like that, like sticks out in my brain. Like, you know how you had the memories that just like play vividly. That's one of those things. And so like, what do you think about that specifically? Like as somebody who works with students and like, do you even think that's a thing?
Okay. I think you got to think, I wouldn't as a teacher, like try to warn because of the statistics. Cause I had a thought when I was thinking about taking a break and I didn't end up taking a break, but it's like my mind straightly goes to why. Well, why don't they stop? Is it because they get caught up with like, man, I'd rather just like make money right now, or I actually didn't find what I was doing, or, you know, I started a family, I did something else that was important. But you got to get to the why behind that not happen, because it is higher statistic that people who tend not to. But you got to know yourself. You're like, hey, am I the kind of person that's going to follow through? And do I have a plan for it? Do I have a plan for coming back? Or did I just like, because we always say this, correlation doesn't mean causation. It's not because they took a break, they didn't come back. Like they're highly related, but there's something else behind there. There's a motivation thing. Is that just not their character? They just don't tend to finish things. I found something else that was more important to me. You know what I mean? So you just got to find your why. That's what I would say. So if somebody takes a break, I don't just say, hey, just take a break, figure it out. I would say, or even if you're stepping back might mean just like, hey, pausing on choosing your major and deciding, hey, like really actually taking a break. So it doesn't mean like automatic. Stepping back might mean, you know, stepping away for a little bit. But all the stepping back is like survey it and then and take a plan. So that's what I'm getting at that.
So I guess the question is, why do we as a culture have so many people who quit things so often? Like, why can't we see things through? Or why can't we, like, what's the deeper thing of why we can't step back, reassess, figure out the why, and then go back? Why do we have like so many people who aren't willing to pay the cost? Because I think the percentage is like 20% of people are like natural executors. So like, bro, like 2 out of 10 people go get whatever their thing is done. Like 2 out of 10. That's crazy, bro. It's not that we're not capable. It's that we just a lot of times aren't willing to pay what it costs. Like, why is that?
I think, man. I mean, I think like you said, you see it everywhere. You ever seen somebody like that they're struggling with their health? And I gotta get healthier. And as they're saying, they got like some little Debbie's in their hand. I'm like, what's that? But nah.
I love little Debbie's, by the way.
Man, them zebra cakes and fudge rounds used to be my thing back. Oatmeal cream
tear
pie.
you up. That tear you up.
But nah, I can't answer it. You know, I can answer you like why I've quit in the past. You know?
Go for it.
I wasn't ready. You know, it wasn't my time. It was a learning experience. And that's tough to say, man. I think about trying to think the time I quit was like I was a sophomore in high school. I quit the basketball team, you know. There's just so many things going on. Sometimes you have other things in your life that take precedence over like the goal that you're trying to accomplish, you know. But like you just said, sometimes it means you're not ready. But I can't answer for everybody else. But I think if you do quit or you back away from something, you need to take that time to reflect afterwards and ask yourself some serious questions, heart to heart. You know, even before you quit, have a heart to heart. Is this what I'm really supposed to be doing? But I think when people quitting things, it's because you operate off of your feelings and emotions. So, you know, that's what happened to me. You know, I was like, practice is hard. I hate this damn school. I hate coach. You know, I'm tired of all this stuff. But when I stepped away from it and everything like that, I was able to say, oh, that's all feelings based. I love basketball. I'm going to jeopardize my love for a feeling. And if you continue down that road, you know, I think other things become much more at stake. I'm going to jeopardize this relationship. I'm going to jeopardize this job because I don't feel like going to work today. I'm going to quit.
Yeah, quitting is a habit.
Man.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I guess I didn't word that, but like, because I don't tell people to like, hey, quit school or stuff. But I know the times that I've taken, the times that I've like taken. So even in my master's journey, like I took a break because I thought, just being transparent, I was like, man, I'm spending a lot of money. Let me just go out and try to like make some money, because I was seeing other, I guess you could say peers. They were getting their degree, but then they were working at phone store doing this. I was like, that's not what I came for. So an opportunity came up for me to work full-time ministry. I was like, this is what I'm going to school for. Look, let me finish the semester out, whatever. I'm gonna go literally just like do this thing over here, take this, turn it into a job. But then it took the job not being everything it was cracked up to be, or me or going through the paces of that and being like, this isn't it either. And I thought the grass was greener on the other side. I was like, man, once I finish, once I'm just out of here and I'm in it, that's when it's going to be it. And there was aspects of it, but there was still aspects that was like, it didn't work. So I went back working at Evangel, and then I had the opportunity to do that with an employee discount and stuff. And like, so I was like, oh, let me come back. And I was always going to finish, but I had to renew that, like, the fire of like, why did I want to?
Because I was going to ask, do you view that when you took that job as a detour, or do you view it as an essential part of the journey in order to reinvigorate like the why in the, you know what I'm saying? Why you wanted to go to,
I thought I got him. Well, I told you about the money, right? I was like, I'm spending a lot of money. Oh wait, I'm going to net a net positive, because I was looking at it. I had to have that experience to look at the net, that it was net negative. You know what I mean? So like, I had to have life hit me in the face, because I was like starting to be like, you know what? I've been doing this for a long time. And there was a sense of entitlement. It was like, I should have this already. I should already be working at it,
something serious there, Rams.
For real. Yeah. So I walked in there, did it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. I was like, man, this isn't it. I needed to go back and be like, there was a positive to actually going through, learning through, and finishing over here. Like, now, and I reinvigorated my why there, because I lost myself chasing money. Literally, I was like, I gotta stop spending money. I gotta go make this money. And I chased the money aspect, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get paid. And I forgot about the why, which was like, and then when I was remembering my why, then I started getting moving less forward in that position that I had, because they didn't vibe with my why. And so because they didn't vibe with my why, I was like, dang, when was the last time I was like, oh, I was on track doing this, but I lost track because I was like afraid of having too much debt. I'm not saying like get into hundreds of $1,000s. Yeah. I was just like, I got distracted. But it had a purpose.
It cost what it cost.
It cost what it cost. And I was too afraid of the cost. And I was like, I got to mitigate the cost. You got to mitigate the cost. I tried to run away from the cost. And then in my running went full circle when I found myself be like, man, this is what I really care. Oh, this is what I got to go back to Springfield. I got to go back and pay the cost. And I got to go like,
no matter what, the cost had to be paid.
The cost had to be paid.
Man, we always do this, man. Right after the little break or whatnot, we come back, Ram says something. It's like we all start all over again.
Real talk.
But Ram, you said something real there, man. It's like sometimes, that cost of what we want at the end, the reward of it, you know what I mean? Sometimes we could focus on that reward, or like, man, the independence of it. I want this, I want to shine, and it messes everything up. We start looking at it too much too. It's like there's a time where you're supposed to be planted. You ain't supposed to be seen yet. And when we get in our feelings,
that's a whole nother thing.
And the securities or whatnot, like, oh, they got a new car over there. They got this, they got that. Sit down, wait till it's your time.
Yep.
Sit down, wait till it's your time. Because you start grabbing other things now, you can't even pay the cost no more because you were in debt over here.
And that's the craziest thing, because you're gonna pay a cost no matter what. But that is the hardest thing to do in the culture we live in right now, because everything is about being seen and heard, bro. Literally, we are ready to attack and cancel somebody if we don't feel like we are heard.
Right.
Like, think about that, bro. Like, we literally are ready to throw an entire person out if we feel like you're not hearing what I'm saying. Like, the entitlement, bro, of like, man, it's like that process, bro. And so, yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy.
And but you're saying something real though. Everybody feel like they got something to say. It's like, you're supposed to be sitting down. You really don't got nothing to say.
bro.
But yeah, that
you called it one time the hermit season.
Yeah.
You gotta be by yourself. Because I remember, honestly, I was thinking about it in undergrad. So I got my degrees are all in theology, right?
No, name them. Hold on. Don't even do that. Like, let
degrees.
the know how educated you are. Tell us your degree.
Yeah, I got a bachelor in theology with an emphasis on local church, pastoral ministries, and my master's in I guess you can say like divinity or Christian ministries, master's in Christian ministries. So, so I was remembering when I first like went in my undergrad, like my whole thing, it's a long journey, but like long story short, I remember I used to like always like, I loved like singing the worship music and I could like feel the presence of God. You know, it's like heavy, like, so even in my escape, like, cause I wasn't like in high school, I didn't like party. I wasn't out like, I wasn't out caught up in that, but I did have like that experience of like, just the ecstasy of like, man, being in the presence of God, like just turning on music in my room and praying and feeling that, like that feelings, wow. You know what I mean? The emotional feeling of it. But when I got to college and I started studying, like crazy, like it was like a dark night of the soul. Like God put me in a place where like I wasn't feeling it anymore. And I was like, dang, I don't have those the emotional highs not there anymore. And I was running off those emotional fumes to do what I wanted to do. I was like an emotional Christian. But as I was learning, or as that God took that away right around that time, and I was like, man, I'm not feeling this. And I would like still go to my room, my dorm, turn on the music, try to pray. And it was like, oh man, I really want to feel the goosebumps and stuff, but I'm not feeling it. And I was like, man, I'm in this like this time of solitude. But I was also like relearning how I understood the Bible to be, learning biblical languages, learning like history and culture and like geography and stuff. And I was like, man, I had to like pull back and literally be in a season of like, it rocked me because I needed to like re-understand what I understood from, but because I was like, it has to be this way, and this is how God's presence works, and this is how like I was.
Boxes are dangerous.
Feeling. What was that? Yeah, shoe
boxes are dangerous. How we think everything's supposed to go.
Yeah,
those are dangerous.
And that's
you saying something real.
So like
in
that.
Jay. Oh my bad.
Real quick, like just in that, like seeing like that time of that pain, the cost was like me really sitting like and because I've had. Classmate, or I could have just ignored it and be like, "Oh, I had this little question, but I'm ignoring it. I have these like thoughts, but I'm ignoring." It's like I had to sit and be like, "Okay, God, why is this way?" And like I had to just be there and pay the cost. And it was crazy. I can tell stories and stories, but that whole season, I'm thankful for it because it even more solidified what I believed and how I knew God, knowing God outside of the goosebumps, knowing God outside of like the emotional experience, and now I had to love Him with my mind. And that's what I needed. Some people didn't have any emotions at all and they only knew them in head knowledge. And it's different for everybody, but I needed that to pay that cost so that I could be more solidified, so that when somebody later on like came or I was like having discussions or questions, I was like, I'm not shaking, bro. I already paid the cost. I know what God has done. So anyway,
No, I feel you, because you talk about, Mike, when you said them boxes, bro, I immediately thought about 2-year-old JJ when he was leaving college, and how my mind was so made up on
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I remember that.
On like just the most ignorant, like y'all know me, bro. I am headstrong. And it took me literally going through the fire. Like I got to touch the stove. Like that's how it was. I had to touch the stove in order for me to be like, all right, I need to reassess everything, right? I needed to reassess like who I am, what I want, my gifts and everything. And so literally the past 2.5 years has been that. It's been like, while I've been putting stuff out, it's been a heavy hermit season. Like this season of life has been like a heavy hermit season of working on myself, figuring out who I am. And then also, as my marriage has been restored and us like getting remarried and everything, like it's been hermit season, us learning each other. Like, bro, I told somebody the other day, it's like, bro, I don't leave the house, for one, because I don't really want to, but two, because I don't feel like there's nothing I need to like leave for.
That's when you know what I'm saying? Older, boy.
Well, it's just like,
You start
but it's just,
grooming into yourself and your marriage. Yeah, go ahead. My
you know
bad.
what I'm saying? It used to, no, you're right. Cause it used to be like, okay, maybe I want to feel that energy, that whatever, that outside, but it's like, bro, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool. We went fishing the other day, bro. And I'm like, this it. Like, bro, we just sitting under some tree. We fishing, bro. And we got people wanting to come fish with us. It's like, this is what we do. Like, we leave at church. They like, what y'all got playing this Sunday? Oh, we going fishing today. Like, this is just what we do. And it's like, man, it's like a hermit season, but at the same time, it's like that hermit season has shown me really what life is supposed to be. And it's like, I feel like almost we've complicated things. Maybe life is supposed to be a hermit season in a way. You fulfill your purpose. I mean, Jesus was in hermit season for 30 years. I know we go. I ain't trying to make this into the Christian podcast.
Go ahead and say it, Bishop Williams.
But no, you know what I'm saying? 30 years, bro. Like 30 years, and he was out for 3, and then he got up out. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all.
You know, like during those hermit seasons, everything just becomes so much more clear. And I think the reason why is because your eyes go from looking outwards to looking inward. You know what I mean?
And you get to focus your aim. I had to get it empty the clip. I had to get it in 7 episodes.
You know, Mike ain't never used no gun. Hold on.
Man, I shot a gun once or twice.
Do it again.
I'm like the dudes in the movies. We was like this. In the class, well, it's something like you're supposed to look inward. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think when you look up and everybody else, you get caught up in the mix. You're not supposed to be doing what that person's doing. Mm-hmm. Their life is completely different from yours. For you to try to fit into their life is like, I'm not trying to say that, but you just kind of lost right now. Mm-hmm. So there's something in you that is special, you know, that's got your name written on it and everything. But you're denying your birthright and who you are, trying to chase somebody else's. You know what I mean?
You just said a key word, bro.
Bro, I remember.
Birthright.
Yeah. It's like when you get caught up. I remember graduating college, especially the college that we went to, man. You know how it was. Everybody's getting married right out of school. That's fine. That's for you. I wasn't ready yet. To me, to just jump in a relationship, I would have had you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go.
I got you.
You know
I got you.
I had the hermit season.
Yeah, but when you get into in that hermit season, you're supposed to focus on you and look at what's your plan, what's your desire, what are you supposed to be doing? And and I think both of y'all said something real. Rams, you were saying we went back to school. You felt something there when you was in church. You know what I mean? You felt that that spirit. You know what I mean? Jay, you felt that spirit talking to Cash about why I go back to school. I remember recently, man, there was something that I listened to. I'm not going too detailed, but I was like, I couldn't go to sleep after listening to it. Mm. You know what I mean? It was on me. It was like fire inside of me, man. And I was like, yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And I just couldn't go to sleep. And I was bugging my wife talking about it. She's like, yo, come on now. It's late. Take your ass to bed. But it's like, it was just something I couldn't deny it. But that helped me pay the cost because I can remember back to that feeling. It's like, nah, this is for me. This is where I'm supposed to be at. But you have to remain that hermit season because if you don't, you'll get lost. Mm-hmm. You know? Have you ever woke up in the morning and the first thing you do was like check like something else that you didn't like look inward, you didn't like sit and meditate or nothing like that?
I promise you.
It's like your whole day would be thrown off. Your energy is just gone. Mm-hmm. You know? I'm a firm believer when you wake up in the morning, you're supposed to like meditate for me, what works for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm trying to practice that. I've been trying to practice that and trying to master that. But when I focus on other things, I'm lost. If I wake up in the morning, my mind's just going. Like I heard someone say, it's like praying is when you're talking to God, meditating when you're listening to God.
That's
a hermit season. It's like, shut up. You can't learn when you're talking. That's why I tell myself that, Mike, shut up. You know what I mean? So I'm telling myself, I'm telling myself.
No.
But it's real, you know? It's like, you got to be honest with yourself.
So true.
Like, I don't have the answers. I can't look at years ahead and figure it out. I don't even know if years ahead is promised for me. Man, I have to look right now where I'm at.
Yeah, that's crazy. You say that, bro, about the morning thing because, like, I know me, like, bro, if I can't if I can't get up, I gotta get up when it's like quiet. I'm talking about like nothing.
Oh yeah,
nothing.
I can't wake up when the family wake up.
I gotta like, as my wife wanted to wake up earlier, I would have to wake up like hour and a half earlier than her.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, and it's like, bro, my prayer is like, I'll read and then I'll just pray like, God, I need you to meet with me. Like, cause you know what I'm saying? Like just I need you to meet with me because I don't know. Like, I just don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. And I don't know when it's going to end. I don't know what I'm going to, like, I don't know. I just need you to meet with me so I can do whatever I need to do. What does that cost? That cost me waking up 4:30 in the morning, bro. That cost me doing that. That cost me working out when it's uncomfortable in order to be the best version of myself. Like, knowing myself. That cost me, like, you know what I'm saying? It cost me like not going to events. It cost, like, bro, it's just what it costs in order to like fulfill that why, that purpose, that whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And when you feel like when you're on the other side of it now, do you feel like if you don't, like sometimes you miss something, not to make it like your habits, like a religion or anything like that, you know what I mean? But sometimes you notice like when you wake up and not in the right mindset, or you like, you do something else, and it's like, what does it feel like?
If I sleep past 6:30, bro, it's a struggle, like in the morning, like just straight up, like it's a struggle. I'm sharper. I'm just a better version of me when I wake up and I meet with God and I write and I journal and I read. Like I'm just a better version of myself, bro.
It's so crazy. It's self-love. You know, I love the way I feel when I'm doing this. I love my life when I'm in this lane. When I get out of that lane, my peace is gone. You know, I know I'm not supposed to be there. And it's crazy, bro. Like talking about like waking up in the morning, that right mindset. The other day I woke up and I was like, you know, I've been doing good. You know, today I'm just going to take a nice little relaxer. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to pop the TV on. It was a Suns game, Bucks game last night. I missed it. I'm going to catch up. And it was cool, but I just like got on my phone the whole time. And everything that I felt that was like special about me, I put all my energy into that phone. I can't get nothing back from that. You know what I mean? And my whole day was just different. It wasn't like a horrible day. I was alive. So it was an amazing day. And I got people that love me and I love them. But it was different. You know what I mean? It's like when you ate something, like, I shouldn't have ate that last pizza. I feel all right, but I shouldn't have did that. If I keep doing that, that's going to manifest into something different. You can't keep that behavior up. You said what, bro?
That's how I feel about grilling them all these hot dogs and burgers that I ate yesterday.
You had that swine, my brother.
We had some steak too. I was picking out.
But it's crazy if you continue that, like you said, make it a habit. You're going to manifest that road, whatever's on that road. You're going to manifest it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're going to manifest habits of unhealthiness and things like that. And it's like we can go on and on with this thing.
No, I mean, I just thinking about.
Go ahead, Rams.
No, I was just thinking about like, well, two things, like the physical part of like, you ever woke up, I don't know, you just woke up out of the wrong, like Rams, like you woke up and you didn't, you already basically said it, but you like woke up, it's like, oh shoot, I have to like hit it right now. Like I got to get up and
make the class.
Yeah. That's it's like, and it's like that feds is at your door. It's like, oh shoot, you know, you're gone. It's like that sets you. I think I vibe with that. That you need that time in the morning to meditate. Even this morning when y'all was texting. Well, it was afternoon. It was noon for y'all. It was.
My fault, bro. But you know, like when you like
just keep
going.
I'm just remembering, bro. I'm remembering like waking up late for workouts.
There you go. I was like, I didn't go.
You're hooping in your drawers. You got boxers on with basketball
we don't got
shorts.
It's the worst.
No compression shorts.
No compression shorts. No socks.
That's JUCO days.
Yeah, you know.
So it just throws you out. We're not made.
Those be the real ones too.
He nice. He extra nice.
Got them Hanes on.
Boxers big as all.
You see them all up around their navel. You know, to be all wild colors too.
Ramsey, go ahead, bro. Take us home, bro. Take us home. We'll get it out of here.
Just say when you get up and go like that, you don't have that time for that piece. You know, you weren't made to like, you know, like your car is supposed to warm up. Most of us probably don't do that. We just turn it on and just.
I found out the hard way.
You turn that on, it's good. You know, you need that time, and so whether it's meditative or not, but. Even this morning, it was morning for me. I'm on the West Coast time zone, if y'all know. So Mike is all the way on the East Coast. So when he texts something like, "Hey, we meeting up today," I was like, "Oh, how about we do it at?" I said like whatever hour or something like that later, because I was like, honestly, I was like, I hadn't gotten up and done my routine yet. I was like, so I needed that because I know that jumping into this stuff cold doesn't work, and so I feel like that's a principle of like whether you're talking about starting your car or farming or running or working out, like you can't just jump in cold. And so we need that. And so the extended version of that is what I say is the hermit season. Like you're warming up, you're getting ready, you paying the cost, or else you pay the cost later.
You pay the cost later, no matter what.
No matter what. Like if you just get up and do it, like you paying the cost by like your body is taking the cost because now you're not at peace. You're running, you're burning faster, you know? So anyway, you're going to pay the cost either in that morning time, or you're going to pay the cost when you snap at your wife or you snap at your coworker or you miss this deadline on the thing because you hadn't paid that cost earlier.
For 15 minutes.
Yeah, right. It don't take long.
Because you want to sleep in for 15 minutes.
Extra minutes.
Bro, I promise you, man. I promise you. Well,
Rest
shoot.
my eyes.
Y'all boys is hot again today. Who y'all taking as we finish out these finals?
Can't go against Zeus right now. Nah, I got the Suns.
You know I got to roll with my boy.
Yeah.
I think the Suns too.
Yeah, I just hope it goes 7.
I don't, because that prediction that was good. Did y'all see that prediction that was going around on like it was on Twitter, Instagram, everything, bro? It was like some dude in 2016 predicted that the Bucks and Suns would be in the finals and it would go to Game 7 and the Bucks.
Nostradamus.
No, I saved it. I'm gonna send it to y'all when we get up off of here. But somebody predicted it, bro. Like it's in 2016. They predicted.
Fool can't put no money on it. Then prediction don't mean nothing. You didn't put no money on it.
All right, I'm gonna just start tweeting predictions right now.
You could have been a rich man, right? Yeah. What else he predict?
Nah, real talk. But shoot, hey man, once again, we appreciate y'all for listening. I'm scratching my neck like Tyrone Biggums.
I was gonna say, bro,
Red ball, give you wings.
No, real talk. You paying the cost.
Yeah. Y'all boys wild. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all listening. This is episode 7. And we just gonna keep rocking, and we need y'all, the listeners, we need y'all to hold us to it. We gonna do a live one together, and yeah, man, we gonna figure out when to do that. But we appreciate y'all listening.
Love y'all.
Peace, y'all.
I said
pregnant pause.
Till we meet again.
Peace.